Good evening, everyone, and thanks, Shrija, for this platform. And it was an engaging, uh, listening. I was a listener up till now, so it was an engaging part. And I would like to take this opportunity to introduce more about Metis. Metis is definitely a young company, and we associate ourselves with intelligence. And that is why the company is Metis Intellisystems Private Limited. We essentially provide AI powered financial products and solutions, obviously aimed towards financial institutions. So it is essentially a B2B category. And we were established in July 21. And the actual commercial launch happened last year. Year before last, in September, in during GFF. So, and we have been lucky that in a short span of time, when we launched ourselves, we were funded by IPV. So this is the team. Khushru and Amit Saraswat, they were actually the co-founders, and I joined them little later. Khushru is a hardcore IT person. Amit Saraswat is an absolute data scientist. He's the first data scientist who has worked on digital lending. So he was the chief scientist for data scientist for lending card. So he has seen the ebbs and flows of digital lending. So we come from a very informed background. And I have been into international business management growth strategy. So business development and corporate affairs are my skills. And of course, we have a big team of software development and testing. That is the main backbone of the company. Now, coming to the problem that we are looking for, essentially, India is a credit underserved, unserved country. Hardly 10% of the people actually get the credit that they are looking for. And even those who get, they are actually driven by a lot of silos in decision making by the financial institutions. Our aim is that we are able to divide this, democratize the whole process of lending, so that multiple data sources can be used to actually create a customer profile. This makes it easier for the lender and makes more eligible borrowers. Now, coming to the solution that we have, this is just to give you a gist of what all kind of data sources can be there. Of course, bank statement is something which is being used a lot. In many cases, bureau is being used, but GST, SMS, MCA data, there's so many other data sources available. They are referred but not integrated. So the reference part is actually, or since it is done manually, it is on a very small scale, just 1 or 2 parameters maybe, but the actual undercurrents get missed when it is being done manually. So our idea is that we integrate this and we use machine learning so that we can come up with various permutation and combination and provide a proper working element for the lenders. Coming to the use, so these are just some of the use cases. One of the first we looked was intelligent loan approval, because obviously all these data sources will get integrated and you will have an informed decision about it, and also with respect to the credit worthiness. Then there can be an early warning system, because in that we will always be able to judge as per various existing parameters, historically, forecast, etc. Credit scoring and automated decisioning. Credit scoring is, of course, one of the parameters here, because that decides a lot of lending protocols. And eventually, with digital lending in place, and that is the numbers being so high, it can actually be automated completely also. And the idea is to replicate the human mind without having the human bias. Similarly, end-to-end solution for agriculture lending, customer profiling, hyper-targeting, collection analytics, etc. Now, coming to the key differentiator we have. One of the major differentiator is triangulation of data. So we are able to juxtapose one data source against the other, match them, chug out the relevant portions and highlight the discrepancies, if any. Another differentiator that we do have is that all our models are in-house. We are not using anything which is publicly available, which is actually a very important thing for the purpose of security and data privacy. Coming to the revenue streams, we have data sources based processing and intelligence. We have solution based, which is our main focus. We have projects, consulting projects, in which we are collaborating with various institutions. It can be an NBFC, it can be a bank, anything. And in few years, we want to come down with customer hyper targeting also. So these are the basic revenue streams that we are dealing with. Coming to the market potential, as everybody knows, this whole segment is booming. And another thing which I would like to add is that when we are talking about intelligent decisioning, it is not limited to lending. Lending is just one of the major use cases because most people can associate with it very easily. But it actually goes beyond lending into wealth management, even scoring for ONDC. It can be anything. Any statement which needs multiple data sources which have to be integrated, understood, and then a decision has to be taken, our mechanism can be used. But since lending is such a big scale, we are growing stupendously. There are multiple borrowers, multiple products coming in. We are just highlighting this particular use case for better understanding. And now coming to why Metis. So this is because Owl is the goddess of wisdom and deep thought. So thank you so much. Any questions, please? Okay.
Essentially, I feel that what you are doing is great as far as lending is concerned, but there are other things which are already existing in the market, like PSB Online is there, and all. How Metis is going to be different from what they are doing? Okay. There are so many other things. That fit scoring is there, which SIDBI itself is doing with CIBIL, and along with PSB Online. So they are also, on the face of it, appears to be doing the same thing. So if you can elaborate on that.
Yeah. So actually PSB Online is a different thing. They are a platform wherein they get the borrowers the request, and they have collaborated with various banks for that particular lending proposition to happen. So we are not exactly a platform like that. The actual decisioning is done by the banks as per their own rules and regulations. However, what we do is a little different. We make that system automated in the system of the bank or the NBFCs. So we sit with all of the solutions that we provide are customized as per the DNA or the requirement of the financial institution. For example, I am associated with an NBFC. Each loan is a product. It's a type of product. The consideration of data sources, the consideration of the limits, everything is decided and worked accordingly. So all we do is we sit as the intelligence in their system. We are not getting anything. All the data is being provided by the financial institution. We work as their TSP to do it seamlessly using AI and ML. That's what we do. PSB works in a very different way. They do not lend themselves. They have tie-ups with the banks. So that is the major difference. And another thing is that there are people who have been saying that they do have credit scoring and all that, but actually there are very few who actually do have. Most of the work behind the scene is still manual. And we are 100% AI and ML authenticated. That is where one of the major reasons being that the kind of permutation and combination, like since you understand obviously a lot better, but when I look at bank statement, I have more than 350 features. Right? When I look at GST, I have more than 200 features. Now these are only two data sources, and if I have to combine and provide manually, it is a very long task. So typically, since I know and I have seen all these data sources, how typically it happens in any financial institutions, the numbers that they are able to see are limited because there is a segment only that a person can handle. But here in our case, we handle all of these features together. We triangulate, which is not possible to do manually, and then come out with a confirmed score and even the suggestion as to how the creditworthiness looks like. So that is where the whole system is actually different. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have seen this product also presentation in some other platform. What I'm trying to understand is what are, in your view, what are the top three differentiators between you and between Metis and its nearest 2-3 competitors? Because in this space, Perfios is the, I believe, the largest player.
No, Perfios
Okay.
is actually only for data extraction. It has nothing to do with scoring and the intelligence, nothing at all.
So who would be your three largest competitors and what are your three major differentiators?
Okay. I'll give you two examples. One of the best examples, competitors would be CrediWatch and Synaptic. Right? Now, Synaptic is a US company, is, if you know, so they work more like a pre-built scoreboard, and they have a lot to give. I am not disputing that. Now, coming to where I am and where Metis is different, the three major differences. One is the aspect of triangulation, which actually is a differentiator for us, right? The other part is that we are using, as I said, our own OCR and models. All the OCR, all the parsing, the processing, everything, the models that we have created ourselves with in consensus with a lot of NBFCs with whom we have worked. So we basically practice that design thinking element. And the third aspect is that the integration of multiple data sources is not there with anybody. I'm not saying nobody is working on it. I don't know if anybody is working on it, but I am just telling you that we have integrated. So in my just to give a reference. Yeah. So here banks, okay. The bank statement, GST, SMS is not practiced much in India because of data privacy things which has come aboard. So I can financial statements, MCA, and bureau. So we have a scoring mechanism which integrates everything, and nobody else has this. So this is actually our major, and we have seen that when you start looking at one data source along with another, it actually highlights a lot more information than only one statement. And many people do not have bureau because many are still new to credit, or they are just following it very less. So only following CIBIL or only following any bureau report is actually not very promising for most borrowers. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.